Boy, Kyrie, and Sans, their cup is almost full, if not is already full. Experience with their, just experience. But Ren Zenita, barely half, right? So that's why the improvement comes, and I do believe have potential if Kescute guides them the right way.
And look at Kescute just earlier on camera. Back then, the meme was when Kescute is smiling on desk, that means that they're gonna win. So he's looking pretty happy. Unconscious here, for now at least, you can see Coach Jeb having a bit more of a stern look. So gather what you want from there. But yeah, I do agree, man. With the rookies, there's just so much more potential for growth. And the fluidity, right? The experience gives you understanding on how to react to certain plays. But being a rookie allows you to kind of adapt faster in a sense that you're not really set in when it comes to the habits, when it comes to the preconceived notions. So you can kind of like assume that in yesterday's match, that's what happened, right? They're a newer team. They kind of got a read on how Geek Fam were playing, and that's why initially it looked so tough. But once they kind of figured out Geek Fam, they just went all the way with it. So I think ONIC are going to be a bit more complex than Geek Fam, but the same kind of mindset can be applied by RRQ today.
Now, I like that you mentioned that because a lot of people have had concerns regarding RRQ and their lackluster ability when things don't go according to their plan from the early game. So as we're getting into the drafts, ladies and gentlemen, presented to you by the official tournament smartphone Samsung Galaxy S25 series, do you think that that problem has been solved, Coleus? Do you think that RRQ are now better in the late game when things don't go according to their plan?
I think I cannot answer that until we see it in the game, because last time they got baited by the kiting game from ONIC, right? And for the drop itself, the execution is not very well for RRQ. That's why this one is the grand final. So they need to go all out, go big or go home.
All right, so these are proving grounds now. Looks like the bans are coming through real quick here. Ladies and gentlemen, RRQ on blue side, ONIC on the red. Fanny, Farsa, Yves banned out. ONIC go for the chip and the Jushin that will not see the light of day in this match.
So they battle with the Farsa and the Yves, trying to limit Sans' impact on those artillery picks, but Sans isn't really known only for playing these long-range heroes. So the fact that they are focused so much only on those mages means that, I thought they wouldn't go for the Lo Yi, but they do. So now that's why they were confident in just limiting all the other mid options.
It's amazing, right? RRQ, they are asking a question here. ONIC, in this similar approach against Geek, they went Baxia and Kime, but it's a totally different situation. ONIC, they know that the Harith is too expensive to be let go of. It seems like they will lock in the Kalea as well. It's open. It's a different ball game now. RRQ, will they go for the Baxia? They will.
Yeah, because Kalea itself is like a deny pick for Luoyi, right? Combo Kalea Luoyi is similar with Kalea Kaja. Luoyi Kaja. The pick-off combo that can be used by RRQ. That's why they deny using the Kalea. But now, the Baxia and Moskov, they want to play like the team fight game, but the Moskov can do the split push.
And they want to make sure that they have rotations across the map. Remember, the diversion now is not only for going for pickoffs, for going for ganks, it's also to rotate around the map and have that pressure. Compositions that used to fail because they are too slow in moving around and clearing waves can now be enabled by this Lo Yi. So depending on how RRQ want to play this, they have that option to even carry it all the way to the late game. But with the Baxia, I think we can expect RRQ to go full on to try and fight for the first turtle. This seems to be the idea that they really like doing. But with ONIC having the Kalea and Glue, there's plenty of fighting power and sustain built in for now.
I like the early game. I think you're right. First turtle will be, for now, with the Glue pick, at least it's going to be tough for RRQ. I think ONIC, they are going to draft themselves, especially the last two picks. They want to have an okay early game where the mid late they rely more on towards the Harith. Naruto, or at least Lucas, will be banned out here. ONIC seems like they will. They are still sniffing that, hey, Baxia, it's still a flex pick.
Yeah, Franco Idok is still there, but from the first free pick on RRQ, I think map control is the key. Because Luoyi and Moskov, if they got the map control, they can like make ONIC very his sunset. It's a respect ban. for Sutsujin.
Yes, sir. They have forced out a respect Yi Sun-shin ban in Season 15, even though initially that pick was heavily doubted. Now, you can see that Sutsujin is running out of options. ONIC are trying to make sure that the Baxia indeed does go into the hands of Sutsujin. They don't want to deal with any kind of other possibilities Keswick might be trying to do by misleading them with the idea. But RRQ themselves, they're banning with jungles too, so they seem to be pretty confident that they can put this in Sutsujin and still have great time in the early game.
Because we're still looking at different heroes, right, for Kyrie. He's pulled up the Kaja once. You think that's an option that they can go for here?
Still one.
And with this composition, I feel like it's okay, but I don't really like the Kaja. I feel like there are other options.
Okay, what are we looking at? X-Borg, Alpha,
Joy is open.
Joy.
If Kyrie wants to use the assassin. Because Kaja, I think, is a very situational. Last time they used Kaja is because T-Boy using chips or Sans having the Luoyi.
Okay.
Because it's a combo. But right now, Luoyi is on RRQ side. That's why I think Kaja jungler for ONIC is very hard
To execute.
situation right now. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and honestly, they don't have enough like follow-up, enough damage to follow up on a Divine Judgment. Vexana, after a long time dipping away from the meta, finally back at it here. In line with the whole teamfight idea, the RRQ, almost a signature pick for Dyron, and Sutsujin on the Joy, something that ONIC prefer over the Yi Sun-shin, so I assume they have a plan for this, unless they really believe with the Kalia alone, they can stop Sutsujin's play across the map.
So this is a big thing, right? Because technically, against the Joy, would you pick the Fredrin here?
No. But now, I think it opens avenue for that Kaja pick. I think now, it's not a bad pick, right? With the terrorism and the Joy showed. Oh, that's bold.
Yep, that is bold. Both statements coming in from both teams as we're going to get into our first game in this best of 7. Casters, take it away.
A rematch of the Royal Derby here. A fallen king looking to restore their kingdom. And an now descended Sky Kings looking to again ascend to the celestial skies. Welcome to the grand finals of MPL ID Season 15. It has been realized and Mirko.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the caster desk here. We will both be accompanying you throughout this, hopefully, full best of 7 series between the Kings of Kings and the Sky Kings. Just in a bit, we'll be getting into the land of Dawn, but what do you think about the drafts?
The Vexana pickup and the Lancelot, a Kyrie special. It was used, I think, quite some time for Kyrie, but I think it was forced into the Lancelot pick as well.
Yeah, again, the Yi Sun-shin bans, you saw the Ling bans as well. The fact is, right now, if you don't get damage dealing in the mid lane, it usually gets kind of tough. Really good angle of attack by RRQ. They ban out Farsa and Yves. They pick the Lo Yi away.
Yeah,
so
Lo
it kind
Yi.
of force Sans on a pick that is utility. You don't want that on Sans.
You do not want that Vexana pick on him, but here we go to the land of Dawn for game number 1 in this grand finals best of 7 of MPL ID Season 15.
Whoa. Welcome. Right off the bat. Early win for the Vexana. I haven't seen the Vexana in quite a while. Just because, you know, obviously there usually are better picks in the first phase, but it's also strange to think that finally now we're seeing ONIC utilize more of the last pick Lancelots, the last pick junglers. We've really just been seeing, especially when the Hayabusa is open, Kyrie pick it up. Edoc already stopping Kyrie. Oh, Spear of Misery. Kaikon on the bad spot, has the retreat, secures it.
The pressure early on by RRQ. That was actually a coincidence as well. Toy was in the neighborhood where Kyrie was taken down to an instant, and now this Baxia pick. At first I thought it was going to go to Sutsujin, but then flex onto Edoc as Keyboy wants to look to advance towards Sutsujin, but no. Sutsujin will just pull away. But the question is, will this Vexana pick be enough to stop the advances of the Joy and the Baxia?
So far it has looked quite enough. Look at that damage. Trading in the mid lane has never been so easy for Sans. Cursed Blast landing on Rins, and Sans spacing has been phenomenal this game. I don't think he's gotten hit by a single dispersion, rotate, no yin-yang reactions. He just walked away from it pixel perfect.
At least he's able to survive the early game and the early burst coming in from the Lo Yi. Not yet level 4, so no Eternal Guard that might help him in the engages. Tyron is here, Sutsujin comes in as well.
Good terrify, Sutsujin coming in. Electrifying beats already popped by Sutsujin. Keyboy taken off the wall by Edoc.
This turtle fight will be very, very important. Sans, flickerless, no flicker. That is information and a very, very expensive battle spell. Kyrie, close by as well. Look, base, split.
Puncture in, Tyron still in the front, penalty zone coming in with a puncture as well. Look, with the flicker forward, able to get Rins. Now Keyboy looking for the tsunami slam, won't be able to find it, but Rins is the one who secures it in the back line. Kyrie has the puncture defensively as the rest of the team looks to back away. Eat off, Poissons, Keyboy flickering back, a win for the Kings.
Oh, that is RRQ getting the turtle as well. They were unable to kill Kyrie in the very first altercation, but at least Dyron is spacing him out, and Kyrie is not given the space to play as the Lancelot. I mean, sure, you would argue that Lancelot is a mobile assassin, so much escape mechanism, so much potential of possibly contesting that objective, that neutral objective, steal it or just take it straight away. But as of now, RRQ, they have one mission in hand, and that is to screen Kyrie out of that possibility. But as on predictions by the new application, go pay. You know, it's a split of both.
Yeah. This is a fair split. Oh, it's actually in favor of ONIC. We got 4-2 only. Arashi and Colius have gone for RRQ. I wonder what the Indo desk thinks, because we have a different one. Eternal Guard landing. Rins knocked up. Keyboy, they're gonna go for it again. Tsunami Slam with the Purify out by Rins. No fight.
They might turn, but as of now, that's a Purify blown out. So maybe if ONIC, they really want to gesture again against RRQ, that is a possibility. But Sutsujin might look for the engage. Edok rolling in. Not the best playmaking hero we would see from Edok. But as of now, he's doing very well screening. Lutpi fighting the damage.
The damage on Lutpi. Penalty zone by Dyron. Keyboy caught in the crossfires. Purple buff should be taken. Divergent into the top side. Kyrie looking for the play again. Thorn Rose and a puncture defensively as Sutsujin gets even more pressure.
Reset. It's all RRQ with the macro advantage as well, right? With the diversion. So much angles open. Severo might be hanging meat now for RRQ, but he has that dash to shield him away from the possibilities of a dive. Now let's take a look at ONIC WinCon. I think so far they can rely on Sans early on with the Eternal Guard, but as of now, it's up to Kyrie to finally go onto himself, because his Lancelot has to go online. A couple of kills might do it, but RRQ, they're not giving the space for ONIC to do just that.
They're not even gonna give space to Kai to go for trades. Toy sent to the bottom lane again. RRQ are the ones who are holding the neutral objective. Keyboy, looking at the play, Tsunami Slam, able to find him. No Purify just yet. Now grabs some execution and Thorn Rose. Rins taken down by Sans. Now in the back line, it's gonna be Sutsujin jumping to find beat. Toy landing the SOD. Savero still with the Synchro Vision. Constantly jumping around with the Chrono Dashes, forcing the Revitalize. Keyboy getting position. Sutsujin, 2 dashes, no ultimate. ONIC recover, and now will secure a turtle. But look at the trade by Toy.
Looking for a roll in. Edok, no slay, rather no steal whatsoever happening. And down bottom, Toy, off screen, able to get a turret for himself. So RRQ, at least, they're able to get a cross-map trade and make things even in the hands of both sides. As of now, though, it's RRQ still with a gold lead, 1.3k. And they will always have that ever-present segue, you know, side lane pressure in the hands of the Moskov, plus the Luoyi, enabling them to get rotations either to the back or even down bottom to just push out the waves. And as of now for ONIC, their only response to that side lane is this Lancelot.
This is so value for RRQ. Like you mentioned, ONIC can't really deal with the side lane pressure, especially when we get into the late game. So the fact that RRQ are now the ones leading with the Moskov, who should by all means, I think, be bullied a bit more in the early game by ONIC. He's going to scale up to be a monster. Good damage by Rins on Sans. And you can see ONIC already start to rotate up top. Later on, though, ONIC, the way they win is through a big team fight. RRQ can deny those team fights. They have diversions. They have the Moskov, obviously, with the SODs. That global presence is so good for them to capitalize on ONIC's very one-dimensional team fight style.
And ONIC needs to scout those diversion plays as well, right? They need to scout the teleport. So Kyrie, Thorn Rose able to dodge that kill shot.
Whoa!
As of now, it's ONIC still holding to their ground. And look at the rotations made from RRQ. Dyron already, you know, preparing himself for fighting, but the audience prediction now, with the new application, Go Pay, 62% favoring RRQ, Hoshi.
It's as usual here, ladies and gentlemen, in Indonesia. Wherever you go, whichever venue, stadium, It's a home ground advantage for RRQ. The Kingdom go wherever the players go. Sometimes even without the players, they still wear that RRQ jersey everywhere.
Everywhere, anywhere. The culture for them. And now it's up to ONIC to get this objective. Kyrie, level 10, and possibly having even more than one item. But RRQ, they want to fight this. Savero is nearby. Toy just went with the SOD, so that is a possibility. But Supremacy comes close, and they will try to contest this.
Reset. Keyboy with the jump already. Now Kyrie with the battle execution and a thorn rose. Good pre. Flickering forward, but the rest of the team will not follow. Rins again, able to escape. Now in the back as well. Kyrie able to go for the puncture and thorn rose for a bit of hope. Jin. Electrifying beast, Tsunami Slam, locking him down, Eternal Go with the combo, Savero comes in with the Toy, SOD lands, Jin falling, Toy still up top with the farm, Kai gets another, Tyrant, Jin down, Toy up top, Kai jumps in with the puncture, and some execution!
He goes in, and that's Keyboy! Finishing off Rins, and Kyrie's tail, a cold assassin, but that was Keyboy as his wingman. And up top though, away pushing for RRQ. So at least they have that value. But still, ONIC, they swing it to themselves. And that orange buff for Kyrie too.
RRQ have to play way slower. Again, they have that global presence. They have someone in the side. They cannot be reeled in to a battle like that. Remember, ONIC, they're the better team fight comp. They have so much CC, overloading even Jin.
But at least with the SOD, right? Even if it hits and it's not favorable for you to take the fight, you can still push up top. You can still make that side push happen. Kyrie, assassinated, might be a possibility.
Shield Unity. Oh, Kai again up against 4, no problem. This gets away, makes it look so easy. A trade though, but it's only a tier 1. RRQ definitely getting the value out of that.
Well known to make the escapes, and that is just him not breaking any sweat. At least E-Doc is able to, you know, exert that pressure to keep on pushing. And Sans gets that Blood Wings extra defensive, you know, tool for him with that extra shielding. But Swift Trinity by Toy with the 3 items, he's ready to just join the fights. But again, side lane so far has been his priority. Keyboy, Tsunami Slam!
Tsunami Slam and lockdown, all in from ONIC.
He's gone.
The Mercenary has been dealt with. Savero in the mid lane all alone up against Rins. Now jumps in again. Revive. Tyrant goes in. Rins gonna be slammed. Savero all alone. Now the SOD lands again, but it's only gonna be a tier 2 as Keyboy collapses. And ONIC will find him mounted on Phantom Execution. Kai just does not miss on this lance.
The Sky Kings roar in game number 1. That was Savero in the backline looking for Rins. But Kyrie and the others followed suit. Tyron, that is not what we expected from him. The penalty zone did not penalize any of the ONIC members, and now they have that Lord for themselves. Up top, it's still pushing for side of RRQ Hoshi, but at least ONIC, they're able to stabilize everything.
That was mad disrespectful. Realize, penalty zoning, Bigatron's trophy cabinet.
Hey!
What?
Don't do him dirty like that.
Anyways, Toy, he looks pretty good now. Despite, again, not being able to win there, he's 0-0-0. He's still farming really well.
Yeah.
And he's getting closer to that item power spike. Now, technically, the 3-item power spike is what you're waiting for, but against a composition like this, I'd say Rose Gold Meteor is probably when you can finally start battling it out. But just as I mentioned, that Savero gets Holy Crystal.
Holy Crystal.
Big, big power spike.
And even BOD for Kyrie, so at least that adds his damage even more. But now the real-time victory rate presented by the official tournament smartphone Samsung Galaxy S25 series is 64% for ONIC. Tsunami Slam though.
Again, over to E-Dog this time with the Revitalize, still able to survive with the Poison still. Lippy brought back by the Yin Yang reaction. Lord dealing with the tier 2 in the mid lane. Good wave management by RRQ. They keep their losses at a minimum.
They hold it. At least they're able to stabilize everything again. It's up to RRQ to activate the side lanes. Talking about high ground defense, and I know just holding their base together as to not be torn apart. I think they have that power in the hands of Toy. Rose Gold purchased as well, so at least extra protection. Oh, diversion flank play only to send Dyren, but E-Doc is here as well, scouting. At least that's one thing that RRQ can nurture, that information from E-Doc constantly rolling towards ONIC, but they need to know that ONIC is ready to bounce back.
Good flicker out from the penalty zone. That's a big resource used already. but they are happy with that. RRQ, remember, even though they use 2 ults there to get into position, Keyboy! Oh, what a read from Keyboy! Eternal Guard from Sans. Sutsujin 3 times read like a book by the boy. Lutpi on Diamond, a flicker back again. Lutpi has the flicker, but he won't utilize it. Ty cutting the wave up top.
Boy, his spidey senses were tingling and was able to get that Sutsujin lockdown, Tsunami Slam onto the Eternal Guard. And I think that's another synergy we can talk about, Miracle. Tsunami Slam, Eternal Guard. So it's basically you getting knocked up to get knocked up again. That lockdown is still there. But the question is, can ONIC burst down the targets as quick as possible? With the Lancelot, that might be feasible. With Harith as well, that is a possibility. So RRQ now, what do they do? Because the Tsunami Slam is going to be the main engage tool for ONIC. They have to be able to peel themselves back, distance themselves from ONIC. As of now, Sutsujin 1, 2, 3 wins, same stat as well. They're struggling.
They really are. It's gonna be tougher as we get towards, I'd say, 15 minutes. Again, we were talking about the late game possibility for RRQ, but now I gotta dial it back a bit. RRQ have just not been able to utilize it as much. I think they're really scared of that AoE CC chain of ONIC. They can bait out Purifies like it's nothing, so Toy has to be extra careful. And that's why they've lost Prio even in the side lanes. High level 15, the Mercenary very close as well. Puncture coming down, now Edok gonna be caught, Phantom Execution over to the Lord. Diamond gonna be caught again with the Eternal Guard, and the Tsunami Slam. Oh! SOD doesn't land! Sutsujin caught in the bad spot, has to try and beat it. Now, Savero!
That goes for the assassination. Severo goes for more. The double kill connects. Lutpi in the back, just harnessing the power. Dyren mounted up.
What can he do? Terrified now. The Curse Blast coming down as well. Oh, they're toying with Dyren at this point. 5 members, good penalty zone. But what is it for? It was a desperate attempt to survive.
Reminiscent of Season 12. Dyren with the solo hold, penalty zone 5 men. But this time, it's a different era. ONIC, they might be marching for the base, looking for the siege as well. RRQ, can they hold this? The Lord respawn, pushing forward, and they get that inner inhibitor.
Yikes. We saw that damage. Thorn Rose. That's why it's difficult for Toy. You want to go Rose Gold Meteor to deal with a lot of the damage, magic damage dealers. But then there's Kai on the Lance, a signature big Edo. Uh-oh, Shield Unity already using the back line. Kiboy! Finding the pick with Eternal Guard, now dive with penalty zone into the back line. Sutsujin looking for the place of Arrow still with the Chrono dashes. Able to kite away. Lord is open already. Lutpi running away. Toy with the chase again. 1 base turret, that's it.
1-for-1 trade. It's Dyren and Keyboy both down. These RRQ are still able to hold their base. And now it's up to Toy to wave clear all the minions coming in towards their base. But that was actually a well-executed team fight by ONIC. They had their targets in their hands. The Tsunami Slam connected. But RRQ with the splash of damage that was underestimated by ONIC. The burst connected with Sutsujin with the Joy. Rince contributing as well to that damage. And Toy just doing his own thing with the Moskov, passively poking the players of ONIC with that passive in the Moskov.
Very tough for RRQ at this point. They've lost a base turret in the mid lane. That means full prio for ONIC. They gotta deal with the side lane somehow. They gotta be confident enough that they can beat some of the ONIC members that will be sent down below. But it is tough, again, just because you're kind of forced to go either Rose Gold or win, right?
Yeah.
Maybe if he sells boots next, he'll get Win of Nature, but he kind of needs the mobility too. Up against a composition like this. Kai with a Thorn Rose over to Toy. Great punctures in, man. And Retri. Thorn Rose mounted on Edok, brought back to the team as Samara walks up as well. Revitalized already with the Poissons. Lutpi gets off.
They stabilize. And a concealed play, they might look for another
Oh,
Hail Mary play. Diversion connects, but where is the backup?
What a read from Kila Sans! Now Tsunami Slam Savero! Again, now flipping back, Sutsujin pops in electrifying beats. ONIC wanna go for it. Not finding the wall, Keyboy Toy! He's
dead!
waiting the entire game just for ONIC to all in on him. Now it's only the Mercenary left.
The Mercenary looking at the broken castle walls. ONIC might punch for the end. The crystal is exposed. It's only up to Sutsujin.
ONIC with a statement game won 17-3, 6.4k gold lead. Kila Sans with a crazy read. We're getting back there. Realize